Today, we celebrate self-transformation, awakening of a larger self by 9 disciples with Sotaesan in 1919 in Holy Land, Korea. I really wanted this year to experience what they experienced, to understand what they understood at that time. So I took 15-day Buddhism retreat. This Buddhism self-transformation took place all over them on top of the mountain. So think about the mountain. Also at 10 o'clock at night, sometimes they see full moon, half moon, sometimes no moon at all in the sky. And a lot of stars they're watching. All those sun, moon, stars in the sky inspire them to go deeper in their life, to find the meaning of their life, and to understand what they are, who they are really. And the mountain and river passing nearby in the Holy Land, and the ocean nearby. So they are inspired by mountains, rivers, and oceans. And a lot of different kinds of trees, birds singing. So through that kind of condition, think about it, we are in that top of the mountain and 10 o'clock at night. We are meditating with the nature, with the whole universe. If you spend 5 months there, throughout my 15-day retreat, I realized that if we sit like this 5 months, we all will be awake. Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree 49 days, non-stop meditation. If you fully focus on your breathing and build that kind of a oneness, concentration with this samadhi, you will awake and see who you are. So Sotaesan said, if your mind is concentrated and fully devoid of selfishness, your virtues will become as one with the virtues of the universe. And then it will lead all your affairs to success. So Sotaesan defined in this passage the meaning of a small self and meaning of a large self. As we put our gerbo in the altar, symbol of your small self, now uniting with the large universal self in the cosmic diagram. So small self means that the mind is scattered and selfish. So look at our world. Look at our humanity today in this 21st century. Do you think more small selves with this scattered mind? Thinking a lot. All kind of inner discursive chatter going on. And selfish. Everything is for me. What is in it for me? Looking for this selfish desire. So this is a small self, so Sotaesan defined here. And the large self means that the mind is concentrated. Not 5% concentrated. The large self means your mind is 100% concentrated on your danjeon when you meditate. Whatever you do, your mind is 100% concentrated and devoid of selfishness. This is a definition of a larger self, which 9 disciples and Sotaesan experienced in 1919. They experienced disappearance of a small self, experienced the death of an ego, and uniting with the larger self, and they become embodiment of Buddha nature, of Ilonsang, our Dharmakaya. If we see the world through a lens of a small self, we see fear, we see it a lot, and anger, and hatred, and worries, anxieties, and sorrow, and bias everywhere. But if we see the world through a lens of a large self, we see beauty and goodness in everything. We begin to see Buddha nature in everyone and in everything. We begin to see the world as it is. We begin to see everything in the world are equally important. So participate in this world. So Buddha taught that you are not an integral, autonomous entity. All teachings of Buddha and the commentaries passing throughout 2,500 years of human history, the key teachings can be summarized as this one: you are not autonomous entity. The individual self, the ego, and all physical forms are void of intrinsic self, meaning emptiness. All Buddhist teaching summarized in Heart Sutra. And the meaning of Heart Sutra is this emptiness of self, emptiness of inherent intrinsic self. We are not really separate, autonomous beings. Think about yourself now on the top of the mountain, that you cannot survive alone. Everything, all human beings, universe, nature, Dharma, everything is sustaining you and supporting us to survive. That's why the meaning of Heart Sutra, Sotaesan now in 1919, actualized this teaching of a no self with the 9 disciples and overcame small self and rediscover the larger self of this universal self. So when we put Jelbu here, it symbolizes that it is possible, always aware of this larger self, that we are part of this whole universe. We are part of a whole world. We are part of all beings in the universe. This larger self always awakens us to have more wisdom and deeper loving kindness and equanimity all the time. So Buddha's teaching of no self is seemingly very difficult because it feels like a nihilism. It is not nihilism at all. The Buddha's teaching of no self means that we, 7 billion people on earth, 7 billion people are in a one same boat. Think about it. We are all in this small boat sailing in the stormy water. Sometimes strong wind, hurricane comes, like 9/11, like a tsunami. We have to sail this boat. We are in it sailing with the force of winds, and sometimes be very conscious about the surrounding water, land, or ice. Otherwise, it will happen like Titanic. this boat will sink down together, and everyone in it will sink it together. We sometimes need to change the direction and its speed of the boat based on sea condition. If people on board are fighting each other, killing each other like a terrorism, what happened in Wisconsin. If we are doing that, we are causing this boat sinking down. So everybody in it sinking down together. If we function with a small self over ego, with the scattered mind, and with the selfishness. So small self is the identity, your thought, your beliefs, your ideas, your positions, your selfish and small-minded self. Your small self want to take advantage of others and function with the fears, confusion, greed, hatred, anger, and delusion. This small self limits us, sometimes cripple us, sometimes frightening us with pollution and create toxic in our life. This small self lacks perspectives, is anxious, easily frightened and worried, and avoid challenges and difficulties. So this is a small self which we don't want today, at least make a decision today to overcome and transform this small self to become and discover your larger self, Buddha nature and universal self, which happened 10 people in 1990, just to actualize the critical teaching of Buddhism, the emptiness of no self. On the other hand, larger self is that you're wiser, you're compassionate self with wisdom and loving kindness. Inherent in all of us, we call Buddha nature, symbol of Buddha nature is here. You all have that. If we practice daily meditation, mindfulness, all our teachings, Dharma, consistently, we begin to notice the relationship between your good meditation and your quality of life in the world. Do you notice it now? Are you getting there? Our larger self, if we keep practicing meditation, mindfulness, and right speech, right action, right thought, right view, right livelihood, right effort, right meditation, right mindfulness, if you keep practicing it, inner resources are becoming available to us. Greater persistence, concentration, clarity, peace of mind, wisdom and understanding. So we can drop our small petty self and we feel larger self that we are part of all living beings. In this recognition, in this discovery of a larger self and universal self, we realize that life is one. We realize that one sustaining life in me, in everyone, in 7 billion people, in all living beings. We experience this universal self in samadhi concentration. If you have scattered mind, you cannot experience it. If you have 100% concentration, we call it samadhi concentration, then you begin to experience your universal self. In this universal self, we see underlying unity in life. We realize that our individual life is a part of a universal life. So we are capable of experiencing not only our individual life, but it's possible to experience universal life, universal self. It is a source of everything. In our temple, it's symbolized as Ilwansang here. This is the one life, oneness in everything. We can discover this universal self through consistent practice. Once you experience it, it is hard to describe it. Become very humble and moving. You became forever changed person. It's a universal experience of this larger self. In this view, if you experience this, everyone on earth are your relative. They are not stranger anymore. So we know our life on earth, everyone's life on earth are so precious. Your life, each one of your life, are very precious to me. I hope you feel that everyone's life here, in this Sangha, in this community, are very precious to you. When I see diagram today, this cosmic large self diagram, first time in our temple history, I see everyone are doing and sharing their part. If we have this diagram image in your life, you always do your best to fulfill your share to make a larger self function. So your discovery of Buddha nature, your practice of meditation and mindfulness, not only good for you, but good for the whole universe. It's symbolized here. You are now connecting to the source of life, to the Ilwansang world, to the Dharmakaya world. Then everyone else and everything else will assist you to be awake, to be awakened, to be enlightened, so you can become living Buddha. There are so many sleeping Buddha and sitting Buddha, and there are so many Buddhas with a pale face in every temple all over the world. But we need a living Buddha. We need a Buddha who is living in 21st century, with recognizing this universal self and practicing this large self and live with the large self. So your name so far, especially 15 of you who are receiving your Dharma name today, your secular name for your individual small self. Maybe your parents, when you were born, thinking about best small self can be and find a name for you. But Dharma name today signifies the large self. With your Dharma name, it means that always be conscious of your large self and transform to become one with the large self. So we can assist everyone on earth. So with this Dharma name, you discover who you are. You discover your Buddha nature, and you experience enlightenment and awakening. Today, make a deep resolution to let go of small self. I'm not going to be this petty small self always seeking me, but to become a larger self, begin a new life with a larger self, always thinking about the whole world, whole universe, which we are in it, as this same boat we are sailing on earth. With your Dharma name, practice consistently every day. With your Dharma name, awake, experience your enlightenment, and save yourself here and now on earth, and save and help others around you to be awake. With this deep commitment, with this Dharma name, whoever have a Dharma name, then make another commitment today. Renew your commitment to understand and to experience this larger self, this universal self. So whoever receiving Dharma name today, I want to have a Dharma interview. I want to know how you are practicing now. Any issues arising in your practice, any difficulties or joy of practice. So beginning next Sunday and coming weeks and months, for the 15 people first, and then rest of you who have Dharma name, I want to spend individually to assist you to practice better and find ways to overcome any challenges in your practice, in your meditations. So as you celebrate this Bobinjal self-transformation took place in 1919, we renew this commitment to really understand who we are and uncover our Buddha nature and larger self. So from now on, the quality of our life will be different. So be awake, always have wisdom, serenity, equanimity, and loving kindness and compassion, and see a large picture in your life and your share in it. So enjoy your practice and enjoy who you are. Think about it, how precious we are. We are all from many different parts of the world, many different small backgrounds we have, and many different paths we took. And think about it, we are here all together at this temple, at this Sangha, in this community. We have one goal, to discover our Buddha nature, be awake to see the larger self, and assist each other to do it. So when Simone returned to Italy, we will keep sending our meditation and prayer to Italy so Simone can be with us. And sharing this larger self, sharing this Buddha nature in immediate family members, friends, as well as your co-workers, and expand it to the citizens, to the world, and to the whole living beings. So celebrating this transformation, self-transformation, is not just understanding what happened, but to experience it ourselves and to understand it ourselves. So we become a larger self, enjoying this living here on earth in this 21st century.